everyone, so this video is going to be about sororities and basically what my experience has been with them and what I've learned. But before we start, I want to give you some history and background as to why they exist and what they are. So if we look back into the late 19th century, this was a time where the world was changing very quickly and women were beginning to take on a new place in society. So this was around the time when women were gaining the right to vote and fighting for it, or at least beginning to think about ideas like that. And across university campuses in North America, women were basically becoming to come together and look at their common values and look at how they could support each other. And one way in which they did this was through the formation of Greek organizations. So my organization was founded in 1872 upon the values of leadership, scholarship, character development, loyalty, service, and sisterhood. So basically, after they were founded, they were able to continue on based on these core values that even women today can relate to. And their main purpose is to strive to help people become the best versions of themselves. And this is basically what we say to encompass the ideas of character development, leadership, loyalty, service, and things like that. So now to talk a little more about what I've learned through my experience. So I've learned a lot about the power of people coming together who basically are like-minded and share these values. So basically when this happens, people are able to form a support network and to be there for each other. And I think that's a very special type of bond. So we're all committed to personal development and becoming the best versions of ourselves. And as someone who loves to reach out to people and help them, I've been able to do that through my sorority, and I've been able to receive help in return in a lot of different ways. So basically at its core, you can see that it's a group that likes to come together and help each other. And human beings like to do that. They like to form groups and feel like they belong. So when you go through recruitment, you'll learn a lot about people finding the place where they belong. And I can say that I found where I belong, and I feel very happy being in the group that I am in, because I feel like it's been a great way to gain support and to make new friends and to get involved with things that I'm passionate about. So in this day and age, we hear a lot about mentorship and networking and, the value of people, and you get this a lot through your organization because you are people that are, connected through these common values. So for example, an example of like how this plays out in real life is the Big and Little program that all Greek organizations have. So what this is basically you get assigned to, and you choose kind of an older sister who will be there for you throughout you adjusting to your university experience. And basically that helps you to find your way and to navigate your experience. And you also, after being in the organization for a year or so, get a little, and with this little sister you can spoil them and you can teach them everything, and it's a great experience, especially for someone who hasn't had siblings in the past. You feel like you now have this huge family, and it does kind of become like a little family after it grows for a few generations. And as an only child, I can say that this has been so much fun, and it has helped me a lot, and it's been really great. And then in terms of things like academics and career planning, so with academics, each sorority will have their own different ways of, dealing with academics. I guess that was kind of weird phrasing, but what I mean by that is different programs to help you with academics. So we have like in chapter tutoring programs. We're also trying to do like an academic Big and Little, so matching someone who's in your major with you, or like matching people with similar majors so that they can learn about that major and how to, I guess, get into that major and the different benefits of being in that major and what it looks like in the real world. Um, and then there's also an alumni mentorship program that we want to implement. So basically, matching people who want to go into a certain career field with alumni who are in that career field already. So yeah, so each sorority will have like alumni who have graduated from that sorority in the area, and basically the active chapters and the alumni chapters also have relations, and they meet and they learn from each other. Um, so yeah, so it's really cool like that. So yeah, so those are basically the main things that I've learned about being in a sorority and what I've enjoyed. So kind of to give you a view of what this looks like pragmatically, and through like meetings and things like that. So basically, there are meetings every week, and these are basically mandatory. And what they cover is different events that we're involved in and different things going on within the chapter. Um, and basically, so every sorority has their own philanthropy, and these philanthropies range from things like the Heart and Stroke Foundation to, to other types of organizations around the community that help different groups. And basically, each sorority will fundraise for that philanthropy, and the other members of the Greek community will come out to support them and to help raise money for that philanthropy. And then aside from that, we also do service work, so this involves actually going out into the community and volunteering at soup kitchens or animal shelters or elementary schools and just interacting with the community and showing them our values and actually practicing our values. So in terms of time commitment, it's a lot about what you put in. As everyone will tell you, everything in life is you get out what you put in. So there are mandatory things like meetings and different events, but there are a lot of other ways to just get involved and to build sisterhood with people and try to get to know each other. And there are a lot of different opportunities for you to learn about yourself. Um, and then there are also things like sports that you can get involved in. I know that like different fraternities and sororities come together to play sports against each other, like volleyball and soccer, though I'm not much of a sports person. Um, and yeah, so you can basically pursue what your own passions are within your sorority, and find people with like-minded values who also share your passions, which is great. So, yeah, so in terms of, I guess, finances too, just like any organization that's a professional organization or a sports organization, there are membership fees and there are dues that you pay. And you can think of it as paying for, a leadership and character development experience, um, and things like that, basically. But there's a lot of different plans and a lot of different, ways that you could pay. So, with the foundational basis of trying to help each other, um, your financial advisor will be very understanding with, how you choose to pay, and it's really not that big of a deal. It's just like paying for any other activity that you're involved in. Um, yeah, so those are, I guess, the more pragmatic aspects of being in a sorority. But if you have any other questions, like what going through recruitment is like, or any other particular questions about sororities, I would love to answer them. So just comment below and like and share this video if you found it helpful or interesting. Yeah, so thank you and have a great day.